Have you ever felt like your own mind was turning against you? Like a storm cloud hovering endlessly above your head, following you from the moment you wake until the moment you finally close your eyes at night? Those dark, heavy thoughts that creep in when you least expect them, casting shadows over your joy, stealing your peace, and making you question your worth. What if I told you there's a way to dissolve those clouds? To break free from that relentless storm, and to discover the stillness that has always existed within you, quietly waiting to be uncovered? In the timeless wisdom of Buddhism, there lies a profound truth: we are shaped by our thoughts, and we become what we think. When the mind is pure, joy follows like a loyal shadow that never leaves. This isn't just a poetic metaphor, it's a practical, life-changing teaching that can transform the way you experience the world and yourself. In today's journey on Daily Dharma Wisdom, we're going to reveal 7 powerful secrets drawn from ancient Buddhist teachings. These aren't abstract philosophies reserved for monks in distant monasteries. These are practical, everyday wisdoms that you can start applying right now, wherever you are. And trust me, what you're about to discover has the potential to gently, but profoundly, change your life forever. So take a deep breath, and let's begin this journey together. 1. Mindful speech and action. As the great Buddha once said, before you speak or act, ask yourself, is it kind? Is it necessary? Is it true? Such a simple, yet incredibly profound teaching. In a world where we're constantly encouraged to speak quickly, react immediately, and voice every opinion, this wisdom feels almost revolutionary. Imagine what it would be like if, just for a moment, before each word you spoke or action you took, you paused, and truly considered its impact. How would it feel to stop yourself mid-sentence? Take a breath, and ask, is this coming from kindness? Is it needed? And above all, is it true? This brief reflection doesn't just protect others, it shields your own heart from the ripple effects of careless words and impulsive decisions. In Buddhism, impulsivity, acting without thought, is often the root of suffering. It leads to unnecessary conflict, harmful emotions, and a restless mind. But when you take that sacred pause, you give yourself the space to choose a response rather than a reaction. It's a small, quiet moment of mindfulness that can prevent 1,000 regrets. Picture this. You're in a heated conversation, anger rising like waves in a stormy sea. In that instant, instead of letting harsh words spill out, you pause, you take a deep breath. You ask yourself, is this kind? Is it necessary? Is it true? More often than not, this moment of clarity dissolves the intensity, and what once felt urgent fades into perspective. Practicing this regularly plants the seeds of mindfulness in your daily life. Slowly, you'll find yourself speaking with more compassion, acting with more intention, and living with a heart that's lighter, clearer, and far more at peace. 2. Dispassion and equanimity. And then, there's another liberating practice the Buddha spoke of, dispassion. Now, dispassion doesn't mean indifference or cold detachment. It's not about becoming emotionless or ceasing to care. Instead, it's about holding life gently, loving deeply, living kindly, but not clinging to things that aren't meant for you. The Buddha once taught, in the end, only 3 things matter: how much you loved, how gently you lived, and how gracefully you let go of things not meant for you. What a beautiful reminder that true peace comes not from grasping, but from releasing. When you practice dispassion, you learn to observe your thoughts and emotions like leaves floating down a river. You watch them pass by, without needing to hold on, without being swept away. For example, if someone criticizes you, instead of reacting with hurt or defensiveness, you can acknowledge the words, reflect on whether they hold truth, and let go of the negativity they might stir. This isn't about avoiding pain or pretending challenges don't exist. It's about meeting life's ups and downs with equanimity, that calm, steady presence that neither clings to joy nor resists sorrow. It's standing in the middle of life's ever-turning wheel and choosing peace. Imagine walking through a forest where the wind shakes the branches. The rain comes and goes. The sun sometimes breaks through the clouds. You don't try to hold on to the sunshine or push away the storm, you simply walk. Step by step, at peace with whatever weather comes your way. That is the essence of dispassion. And with time, this practice reduces the power of negative thoughts. You stop being a prisoner of every fleeting emotion. And instead, you live with a deep sense of inner freedom. A freedom that can't be shaken by praise or blame, gain or loss. 3. Impermanence and acceptance. The next wisdom is one of the most comforting, though at first it may seem unsettling. The Buddha taught that nothing is forever, except change. This principle of impermanence lies at the heart of Buddhist philosophy. And when you truly embrace it, it becomes one of the most powerful tools to manage negative thoughts. So often, we become attached to how things are. We wish the good times would last forever and pray the bad times never come. But life, in its nature, is movement. Seasons change, people change, we change. When we cling tightly to moments, whether joyful or painful, we suffer. But when we accept that everything is temporary, a new kind of peace arises. You begin to realize that even your darkest days will pass, just as every storm eventually clears, and every night eventually gives way to dawn. Picture the waves crashing against the shore. No matter how powerful or chaotic, none of them last. Each one rises, breaks, and disappears. So too with your emotions, your thoughts, your circumstances. When you're going through difficulty, remind yourself, this too shall pass. This doesn't mean ignoring your feelings or pretending you're fine when you're not. It means holding the awareness that no experience, however heavy it feels, is permanent. And in this understanding, you find strength. You learn to savor beautiful moments without clinging and endure hardships without despair. This wisdom helps you stay grounded in the present, appreciating life not as you wish it to be, but as it is, fragile, beautiful, and ever-changing. And when you live with this awareness, negative thoughts lose much of their grip. Because no matter what rises in your mind, you'll know it's only passing through. And this is only the beginning of our journey today. In the next part of this video, we'll dive even deeper into the ancient teachings that show us how gratitude, resilience, and mindful living can reshape your entire relationship with your thoughts and emotions. So stay with us on Daily Dharma Wisdom, because sometimes, the smallest wisdoms leave the deepest marks on the heart. In our last reflection, we uncovered the simple yet liberating truth that everything in life is temporary. Just as storms pass and sunshine fades, so too do our moments of joy and sorrow. When we learn to embrace this impermanence, life becomes less of a battle and more of a peaceful, flowing river. For example, Whenever you find yourself caught in the middle of a difficult time, when the weight of the world seems a little too heavy to bear, gently remind yourself of this ancient wisdom: this too shall pass. There's something profoundly comforting in those words. It's like a soft voice in the heart reminding you that no storm, no matter how fierce, lasts forever. This understanding doesn't erase your hardships, but it offers perspective, a little light in the darkness, making it just a bit easier to endure what feels impossible in the moment. And just as we learn not to cling to sorrow, we must also hold our joys lightly. When happiness comes, and it will, savor it fully. Soak it in. Appreciate every drop of it without trying to trap it in your hands. Why? Because you know it, too, is transient. This simple awareness keeps you rooted in the present, helping you love life not for what you wish it would be, but for what it truly is, right here and now. This mindset, though subtle, builds incredible resilience and inner peace. It allows you to move through life's unpredictable seasons with a kind of quiet strength and grace. Like a tree bending gently in the wind, never breaking. And speaking of grace, one of the most beautiful practices the Buddha encouraged is the cultivation of gratitude. In his words, "Let us rise up and be thankful. For if we didn't learn a lot today, at least we learned a little. And if we didn't learn a little, at least we didn't get sick. And if we got sick, at least we didn't die. So let us all be thankful." Isn't that beautiful? Even in our most ordinary moments, there's always something to be grateful for. Practicing gratitude is far more powerful than many people realize. It's not about denying pain or pretending everything is perfect. It's about gently shifting your focus, training your mind to notice the quiet goodness that surrounds you every day, those simple, tender things that so often go unnoticed. Imagine how your days would feel if, instead of dwelling on frustrations, you took a moment to appreciate a warm cup of tea in your hands, the unexpected kindness of a stranger, or the soothing sound of wind moving through the trees. These small acknowledgements gradually retrain the mind, turning your awareness toward positivity and contentment. One of the most effective ways to nurture this habit is by keeping a gratitude journal. It doesn't have to be fancy or time-consuming. Just a simple notebook where you jot down a few things you're thankful for each day. Over time, you'll find your perspective naturally shifting. Your mind, once so accustomed to clinging to worries and negativity, will start seeking out the good instead. Gratitude is like watering the seeds of joy within you. The more you nourish it, the stronger it grows, and the more beauty you'll begin to notice, even in difficult times. It reminds you of the abundance already present in your life and gently moves your focus from what's missing to what's already here. And this shift in focus is no small thing. It can significantly reduce the power of negative thoughts, lifting the heaviness from your heart and replacing it with a lighter, more hopeful outlook. It enhances your overall well-being in ways both subtle and profound. Now, alongside gratitude, the Buddha also spoke about building resilience, a kind of quiet, enduring strength that allows you to rise again no matter how many times life knocks you down. As he wisely said, endurance is one of the most difficult disciplines, but it is to the one who endures that the final victory comes. Resilience is the ability to meet adversity head-on without letting it destroy your peace. It's what allows you to navigate life's inevitable difficulties without becoming overwhelmed by negative thoughts and emotions. And while it might seem like resilience is something you're either born with or not, the truth is it's a skill, one that can be gently cultivated through mindful practices and compassion toward yourself. One of the most effective ways to nurture resilience is through regular meditation. Meditation isn't about escaping reality or emptying your mind. It's about learning to stay centered, grounded, and calm, even when the winds of chaos swirl around you. During meditation, you train your mind to return, again and again, to the present moment, letting go of distractions, judgments, and fears. Over time, this practice builds an inner foundation so steady that you'll find yourself better equipped to handle adversity with grace. Equally important is self-compassion. Far too often, we're our own harshest critics, beating ourselves up for every mistake, flaw, or perceived shortcoming. But resilience isn't built on perfection, it's built on kindness. When you encounter difficulties, treat yourself with the same warmth and understanding you'd offer a dear friend. Acknowledge your pain without judgment. Recognize that suffering, in all its forms, is part of the shared human experience. Instead of harsh self-talk, practice gentle self-kindness. See your mistakes as teachers, your struggles as opportunities for growth. Little by little, this approach softens your inner world and makes it easier to rise after a fall. Another way to fortify your resilience is by setting realistic, achievable goals. When faced with a daunting task or a difficult situation, break it down into small, manageable steps. Each time you accomplish one of these tiny goals, you'll feel a spark of confidence, a reminder that you are capable, resilient, and moving forward. As these small victories accumulate, you build momentum, and before long, you'll find that challenges that once seemed insurmountable have become stepping stones, each one carrying you closer to a life of inner strength and peace. After embracing the wisdom of impermanence and beginning to cultivate resilience through mindfulness and gratitude, it's important to remember that strength is built not in a single leap, but in steady, patient steps. Each small, mindful choice you make adds to a foundation of inner calm and courage. For instance, if you're facing a daunting task at work or in your personal life, something so overwhelming it makes your chest tighten and your thoughts spiral, one of the most effective things you can do is break it down. Divide that intimidating mountain into small, manageable hills. Focus on one piece at a time. And each time you complete one of those smaller tasks, take a moment to celebrate that little victory. Acknowledge your effort. Feel the quiet satisfaction of progress. No matter how small, each of these steps builds momentum. And before you realize it, you've made your way across what once felt like impossible terrain. Equally important to resilience is the company you keep. No one walks this journey alone. And building a supportive network of friends, family, or even like-minded individuals in your community is essential. Surround yourself with positive, kind-hearted people who lift you up when you falter, who encourage you when your energy runs low, and who remind you of your strength when you've forgotten it yourself. Sharing your struggles and experiences with trusted individuals can offer not only emotional support but fresh perspectives. Sometimes, a simple conversation can illuminate a path you hadn't seen before. Physical well-being and mental resilience are intimately connected. Engaging in physical activities, whether it's a morning walk in the park, yoga beneath the trees, or simply stretching your body in the soft light of dawn, can work wonders for the mind. Maintaining a healthy lifestyle through regular movement, balanced nutrition, and restful sleep doesn't just care for your body. It nurtures your emotional resilience too. When your physical self feels strong, nourished, and rested, you naturally have more energy to face life's challenges head-on. And while movement tends to the body, mindfulness tends to the heart. Practices like journaling can become quiet, powerful allies in building resilience. Taking time to reflect on your experiences and emotions offers clarity. It allows you to recognize your thought patterns and understand the hidden roots of your stress or negative thoughts. The simple act of putting your feelings into words can lift a heavy burden from your chest and place it gently onto the page. Writing about your challenges, and just as importantly, how you overcame them, becomes a reminder of your strength. When the next difficulty arrives, you can look back at those pages and remember, I've faced hardship before. And I found my way through. These written reflections become signposts along your path, guiding you through future storms. Incorporating these mindful practices into your daily routine slowly weaves resilience into the fabric of your life. Like a river smoothing the sharp edges of stone over time, these habits quietly shape you into a steadier, calmer, more courageous version of yourself. And remember, building resilience isn't about perfection or overnight transformation. It's a journey, not a destination. Be patient with yourself. Every small step you take in this direction, every kind word you offer yourself, and every hardship you face with courage contributes to your inner growth and well-being. Embrace each challenge as a chance to deepen your understanding of yourself. Every experience, whether joyful or difficult, adds to your inner reservoir of wisdom and strength. And by consistently applying these practices, you won't just cope better with life's difficulties, you'll become someone who meets adversity with grace and moves through it empowered. A little stronger each time. Now, speaking of strength, there's another quiet, underestimated practice that holds extraordinary power. The Buddha often reminded us that gratitude is not merely a virtue but a necessity for a peaceful heart. You have no cause for anything but gratitude and joy. He said, gratitude, in many ways, is your personal kryptonite to negativity. Practicing gratitude isn't about denying pain or ignoring life's imperfections. It's about shifting your gaze, not to blind yourself to difficulty, but to notice the good that coexists alongside it. When you actively look for things to be grateful for, you begin to gently loosen negativity's grip on your mind. Gratitude is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it becomes. With regular practice, you train your mind to naturally turn toward the light. Even on darker days, this might mean taking a moment to appreciate the warmth of a cup of tea between your hands, the unexpected kindness of a stranger's smile, or the serene beauty of morning light filtering through your window. These small, seemingly insignificant acknowledgments build up over time, creating a quiet well of positivity within you. And when the weight of negative thoughts tries to settle in, this reservoir of gratitude rises up to meet it, balancing the scales. One simple and effective way to nurture this gratitude is by keeping a gratitude journal. Each day, whether in the quiet of early morning or just before sleep, write down 3 to 5 things you're thankful for. They don't have to be grand or dramatic. Often, it's the simplest blessings that hold the most profound power: the scent of rain-soaked earth, the laughter of a child, the steady rhythm of your own breath. Over time, this practice rewires your mind. It reshapes the way you see the world and your place in it. And little by little, negativity finds less space to take root, replaced instead by a steady, gentle joy that endures. After exploring how gratitude can soften the sharp edges of life's challenges and begin rewiring the mind toward positivity, it's time to deepen that practice and see how gratitude weaves its way through every corner of our experience, transforming even the smallest moments. When you jot down what you're grateful for, whether those blessings are big or small, significant or seemingly ordinary, you're slowly training your mind to notice and hold on to life's brighter moments. Over time, this simple but consistent practice begins to reshape your mental landscape. It gently encourages your thoughts to lean toward the positive, while gradually quieting the negative noise that once dominated your inner world. Taking time to reflect on these gratitude entries, especially during difficult or emotionally heavy days, can offer surprising comfort. Looking back at what you once appreciated reminds you of the good that has existed in your life. Even when things felt heavy, it's like threading together a tapestry made of tender, bright memories, a quiet sanctuary you can return to whenever the world feels unkind. These simple recollections have the power to lift your spirits and shift your perspective, reminding you of the quiet, persistent goodness that surrounds you. But gratitude isn't only about noticing blessings within yourself, it thrives when shared with others. Expressing gratitude directly to the people in your life who have offered kindness, support, or even simply their presence can deepen your connections in profound ways. It nurtures relationships and creates a sense of warmth and mutual appreciation. And while it certainly benefits the person receiving your thanks, you'll find it strengthens your own feelings of well-being and positivity too. Consider setting aside moments to write thank you notes, or simply take the time to sincerely tell someone how much you value them. It could be a family member, a friend, a co-worker, or even a stranger whose small act of kindness brightened your day. These gestures might seem small, but their ripples are wide. Not only do they spread light into the lives of others, but they also reinforce your own mindset of gratitude, steadily transforming the way you view the world. In addition to journaling and directly expressing gratitude, mindfulness meditation offers another powerful way to deepen this practice. During meditation, gently bring to mind the things you're grateful for. It could be something as simple as the steady rhythm of your breath, the warmth of sunlight on your skin, or a peaceful memory. Allow this sense of appreciation to fill your entire being. Let it soften the edges of your heart, quiet the restless chatter of your thoughts, and settle into a place of calm awareness. In doing so, you create an inner refuge, a positive state of mind that remains steady, even when outer circumstances grow difficult. Practicing gratitude in this mindful way not only amplifies its emotional benefits but also becomes a powerful tool for reframing difficult situations. When life presents challenges, look for the lesson hidden within. Search for the small silver lining that may not erase the hardship but can soften it. For example, if you face a setback at work, consider what growth it might lead to. Could it teach you patience, resilience, or a valuable lesson for the future? This gentle shift in perspective doesn't deny your struggles but lightens their weight, reducing the grip of negative thoughts and promoting a more balanced, optimistic outlook. By actively seeking the good, even within adversity, you train your mind to respond with resilience and hope rather than despair. Over time, this mindset becomes a quiet strength, a reliable companion that steadies you through life's inevitable ups and downs. Gratitude, as countless studies have shown, doesn't only uplift the mind and heart, it also nurtures the body. People who regularly practice gratitude often experience lower levels of stress and anxiety, improved immune function, better sleep, and greater overall physical health. The profound connection between mind and body means that cultivating a grateful outlook can lead to a healthier, more vibrant life in every sense. Incorporating gratitude into your everyday routine helps build a buffer against negativity. By focusing your attention on the good, you gradually diminish the impact of intrusive, harmful thoughts and cultivate a more peaceful, resilient state of being. This isn't an abstract theory, it's a deeply practical, life-enhancing habit you can weave into the fabric of your day. Whether it's through daily journaling, expressing thanks to others, or integrating gratitude into your meditation practice, every act of appreciation strengthens your ability to counter negativity. These small, steady gestures form the foundation of a healthier, more balanced mindset. Another beautiful way to nurture gratitude is through mindful awareness of the present moment. Take a little time each day to pause, breathe, and fully appreciate the beauty around you. Notice the rich colors of a sunset, the soothing sound of birdsong at dawn, or the feeling of a gentle breeze brushing against your skin. These small, fleeting moments of mindful appreciation help ground you in the here and now. They remind you of the simple abundance constantly available in your life, waiting only for your attention. When you learn to stay rooted in the present, it becomes easier to release regrets from the past and anxieties about the future. This subtle, steady shift in focus naturally weakens the power of negative thoughts and invites peace. A wonderfully effective way to anchor this habit is by building simple gratitude rituals into your daily life. Perhaps you start each morning by mentally listing a few things you're thankful for before even getting out of bed. Or, at night, you reflect on the good parts of your day, the things that made you smile, brought you comfort, or left you feeling grateful. Over time, these small rituals turn gratitude from an occasional practice into an everyday way of being. And the more you practice it, the more it begins to reshape the way you see the world. Slowly but surely, you'll notice yourself feeling lighter, calmer, and more positive. Challenges may still come, but your heart will meet them with a steadier, more grateful presence. Gratitude isn't just a fleeting feeling, it's a way of life. And like any meaningful habit, it requires care, consistency, and patience. Be kind to yourself as you build this practice. Some days it will come naturally, and other days it may feel like work. But every small step, every act of appreciation, brings you closer to a more peaceful, joyful, and resilient state of mind. Make gratitude a quiet, steady part of your everyday life, and you'll begin to notice how naturally it helps you push back against negative thinking. Over time, it becomes not just a practice, but a source of strength, a light you carry with you, no matter what the day brings. As we've seen, the steady, mindful practice of gratitude doesn't just shift your mood in the moment, it gradually reshapes the way you experience life. making joy easier to find and negativity far less powerful. Now, let's take one more important step in nurturing that inner peace. The truth is, the more you nurture gratitude in your daily life, the more you'll notice your capacity to feel joy expanding. Acts of kindness will come more naturally. You'll find yourself bouncing back from difficult moments with greater strength and ease. This habit doesn't just make you feel good, it helps you live a more balanced, meaningful, and satisfying life. Gratitude, in all its forms, is one of the most effective ways to weaken the grip of negativity. Whether you're jotting down a few lines in your gratitude journal, saying a heartfelt thank you, meditating on the good in your life, or simply pausing to acknowledge something beautiful around you, each of these small acts creates a ripple effect. They quietly shift your mindset, nurturing both mental calm and physical well-being. They help you see life not as something to endure, but as a gift to cherish. And remember, gratitude isn't a finish line you one day cross, it's a path you walk. Moment by moment, every small act of thankfulness brings you a little closer to a life that feels richer, lighter, and more fulfilling. In a world often weighed down by negativity, let gratitude be your quiet superpower, a steady light that softens the shadows of difficult thoughts. Now, one final practice the Buddha spoke of, and one that holds incredible value, is the wisdom of living true to your values. As the Buddha wisely taught, your work is to discover your world and then, with all your heart, give yourself to it. When you live in alignment with what truly matters to you, it brings a deep, lasting calm. It naturally helps keep negativity at bay and infuses your life with a stronger sense of meaning. When your daily actions reflect your true beliefs and values, you feel more at peace within yourself. This inner harmony quietly reduces stress, anxiety, and those recurring negative thoughts that cloud your mind. The first step is to take time to identify what your core values truly are. Ask yourself, what do I hold most sacred? What matters to me, deep down, beyond the noise of daily life? Your values might be kindness, honesty, compassion, integrity, or the desire to uplift others. Write them down. Reflect on how they currently show up in your life and your decisions. This clarity gives you a steady, reliable guide, a path you can return to when life feels confusing or overwhelming. Once you've uncovered your values, make an effort to truly live by them. For example, if compassion is one of your core values, look for simple, everyday ways to show it. Offer a kind word to a stranger. Listen attentively to a friend. Or show yourself gentleness during your own difficult moments. Living in alignment with your values also means setting clear, healthy boundaries and making choices, sometimes difficult ones, that reflect what you stand for. If honesty is one of your values, there may be times when speaking the truth feels uncomfortable, but choosing to do so, even when it's hard, builds self-respect and strengthens your sense of integrity. This kind of alignment quietly touches every corner of your life, from your work to your relationships, to your personal goals. It brings clarity when decisions feel heavy and lightens the burden of second-guessing. When faced with a tough choice, ask yourself, does this decision honor my values? This one simple question can provide the clarity you need to choose the path that feels truly right for you. The more often you make decisions that reflect your values, the more grounded and confident you'll feel. This confidence makes it easier to manage negative emotions and thoughts. Because you're no longer drifting aimlessly. You're living a life rooted in purpose. And with time, living in tune with your core values brings a deep, unshakable sense of satisfaction. When your daily actions align with what you truly believe in, your life feels harmonious, a quiet balance between your inner world and the world you move through. This steady harmony becomes a solid foundation for positivity and calm. Even when life throws you unexpected challenges, you stop living life on autopilot and start living with real intention. This kind of life invites you to keep growing, to notice where you still have room to improve, and to gently become the very best version of yourself. And that, dear friends, brings us to the end of this beautiful reflection on fighting negative thoughts and embracing inner peace. If this message resonated with you today, I invite you to support our growing community here at Daily Dharma Wisdom. Please give this video a like, and if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button to join us for more mindful wisdom, gentle guidance, and inner peace practices. Your presence here means more than you know. Thank you for watching. Thank you for sharing your time and energy with us. And until next time, keep walking your path with kindness, courage, and grace.